This is an excellent ensemble, and so if the university aspires, as it does, to be an excellent place, then it's like a symbol of its wishing to do that.
Personally, I think that music should be at the centre of university life. It's a form of thinking that is unique, and universities are all about thinking.
This is the story of a successful meeting of minds. For over 30 years, the Australia Ensemble has been resident at the University of New South Wales, enthralling audiences around the world with a brand of chamber music that places modern Australian compositions alongside the likes of Mozart and Bach. They are the university's ambassadors of musical excellence.
They've all been guests, or in some cases permanent members, or relatively permanent members of other orchestras, ensembles and so on. In the case of, say, Dean Olding, who is one of the two concertmasters of the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, but as we like to point out, he came to us first.
Since a group of young musicians took to the stage in 1980, there have been international tours, regular broadcasts, and an impressive library of recordings.
One of the great things being based here at the university is that we are ideally placed to generate a great body of work over time. And in the 30 years of the ensemble, we have generated many, many new works, which not just exclusively for us either. And now they've taken flight and other groups have taken them and performed them, and they've become works in their own right.
The audience that is drawn to the Saturday night concerts is a substantial audience and a very keen to hear things that are not necessarily familiar to them, and very attentive, very serious audience, but you know, in a good sense, and a very loyal audience. So it's a pleasure to hear music with them. I would think that we would really not be able to hold our head up quite so high if we didn't bring new music to the attention of our listeners.
Oh, I think that's a very important part of what we do, is to not just reproduce things from the past, but create a new redefinition of being in a chamber music ensemble in the 21st century.
Central to the interactive nature of the ensemble are the lunchtime workshops, which provide insight into new works, often led by the composer.
Another thing that's quite important in the overall shape of the piece are those few loud notes you heard there.
And it's not just the audience who gets an education.
If the composer is there and says, no, I really wanted that instrument to come out more strongly, that information can then be noted down in the score, so the composers learn too.
Although there's no requirement for the musicians to teach at the university, there's always been a strong relationship between the ensemble and the student body.
I think it's quite rewarding for the students to share this space with the ensemble on a daily basis, being around them as professional musicians, being involved in workshops and concerts as participants or as audience members, being involved in masterclasses with the music students, and with performances as arts workers, as production staff, ushers, stage managers, page turners even, and hopefully moving into a career as a musician or in arts management and production.
When I left Australia as a 20-year-old, I had a list of musicians I admired and I really wanted to learn from them. But I very quickly found that people like Perlini and Ashkenazi, the great pianists of the day, Brendel, they didn't teach. I think it's a very important thing to get to a stage in your life where you're not only making music, but you're passing on.
After more than 400 performances, 170 workshops, 35 commissioned works, and 14 highly regarded recordings, Australia's preeminent chamber group continues to evolve.
It's just that constant battle which I think any artistic organisation has, not to grow old and stale. grow old, yes, but not stale.